News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 98.3 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
The state of Montana has filed tax liens against congressional candidate Rob Quist. Good morning, everyone. Montana Morning for Wednesday, March 22nd, 2017. The sky's cloudy, 39 degrees in Missoula right now, aiming for high in the mid-50s with a slight chance of afternoon rain. Before we get to our top story, this was just handed to me just a few moments ago. A Mineral County Sheriff's Office dispatcher confirmed to KGVO News that the missing Mineral County woman, Deborah Ann Koziel, has been found deceased. No other information is available. It's not known when her body was found or the time or cause of death. KGVO News has asked the Mineral County Sheriff's Office for more information when it becomes available. Getting back to our top story this morning, the state of Montana filed 3 liens to collect about $15,000 in back taxes from Democratic congressional candidate Rob Quist and his wife Bonnie. The liens were issued in 2015 and cover the 2007, 2011, and 2012 tax years. He settled the debt with the Department of Revenue last May. Quist says medical problems caused him financial hardship, and he still owes a collection agency about $10,000 on a defaulted loan. The Associated Press learned about Quist's tax liens and other debts from a group seeking to influence the May 25th special election to fill the state's only U.S. House seat. Democratic operatives pointed to a $3,600 tax lien issued in 1993 in New Jersey against Quist's Republican opponent Greg Gianforte. That lien was lifted about 3 months later. According to Montana Political Practices Commissioner Jonathan Model, Missoula County Sheriff T.J. McDermott and the law firm of Datsopoulos, McDonald, and Lind have reached settlement with the office over improper campaign reporting during the last sheriff's race. Model said the two parties were operating within, quote, a long-standing Missoula culture, end quote, that failed to disclose in-kind contributions.
In this case, a law firm has a conference room, and they used the conference room to provide a fundraiser for Mr. McDermott, and in the course of providing the fundraiser, contributed food, beverages, and staff time to invite people, and didn't report and disclose the value of it.
Model says the two parties were cooperative, although recent decisions indicate the amount owed in political practices cases like this should be near the amount received in contributions. Model said those fines were reduced.
So that's where you start when you have a valuation. And then because these people were willing to discuss this and resolve it without the necessity of litigation, you reduce it. And so it's reduced to about half of the money that wasn't reported and disclosed, about $1,000 each.
Model commended both McDermott and the law firm of Datsopoulos, McDonald, and Lind for being, quote, very forthright, responsible, and willing to resolve this, end quote. Beyond the fines, Model says the law firm will be holding continuing education courses this year and next to explain how to properly deal with campaign finance issues. Authorities have released the name of a motorcyclist who was killed in a crash near the small eastern Montana town of Savage over the weekend. The Billings Gazette reports 44-year-old Daniel Miller of the Fairview area was riding in a group on Montana Highway 16 when his motorcycle lost traction and began swerving. He was thrown after the bike hit a guardrail. He died at a hospital in Sydney. Speed played a part in that crash. Missoula County deputies were involved in a high-speed chase yesterday morning just after 8 o'clock that went from the interstate through town until ending in a crash. According to Missoula County Sheriff's Office Public Information Officer Brenda Bassett, the chase began after a call from the local garbage dump.
It actually started as a theft of services out at Allied Waste. A person was dumping garbage illegally and hadn't paid for the waste that was dumped in the area. Our officer ended up spotting the vehicle near the Reserve Street on-ramp. The deputy tried to initiate a traffic stop, but the vehicle failed to yield.
Bassett said the car sped away from the Reserve Street exit and headed toward Orange Street.
The car got off on the Orange Street ramp, went all the way to Stevens, but was eventually stopped stick near Stevens and Mount. The car ended up crashing near Russell and North. The suspect, Lamont Brown, was taken into custody without incident, and it did turn out that he was in a stolen vehicle. He had stolen the vehicle from the airport.
Bassett says investigators were questioning Brown about the substance he dumped at Allied Waste. The 27-year-old suspect now faces 2 theft charges, as well as a host of other charges related to that chase. He'll be appearing in Missoula Justice Court later today. 34-year-old New Hampshire native Justin Mooney appeared in Justice Court yesterday, charged with 3 counts of felony theft during what authorities are calling a multi-state crime spree. Deputy Missoula County Attorney Brittany Santorno has details.
This defendant is charged with 3 counts of felony theft with 3 different victims. He stole a flatbed trailer and at least 2 ATVs. The defendant was found couch surfing in the Potomac area at least 2 different residences. It does not appear that he has ties to the Missoula community.
Santorno continued with more of Mooney's extensive criminal history.
A few days prior to this, the defendant had wrecked his vehicle in North Dakota and fled. He was found to have had multiple stolen items in that vehicle as well, including a handgun that was from a theft in Missoula in 2012. A witness also stated that the defendant had recently been in Florida. It's clear that this defendant is on a multi-state crime spree, stealing from multiple victims in multiple places.
Judge Marie Anderson placed Mooney in the Missoula County Jail on $15,000 bail and ordered him to make a second appearance on April 5th. The Montana Board of Regents and the University of Montana has created a website to stay up to date on the search for a new president at the University of Montana. Deputy Commissioner Kevin McRae said Commissioner of Higher Education Clayton Christian released a statement on Monday.
The job of that committee, that's made up largely of the peers and colleagues of the University of Montana's faculty and staff, that will be initiating the job advertisement and reviewing job applications, and ultimately the job of that committee to bring to the university community, all interested citizens, highly qualified finalists.
McRae said Commissioner Christian wants people at the university and in Missoula to know they'll have a major part in the selection of the new president despite existing state and Board of Regents policies.
The Board of Regents in this hire really is focused on a university-centric process where not only University of Montana stakeholders, but Missoula community members and stakeholders have an active role in this. The best place to start with an active role for all interested citizens is for access to that information. So it is intended to be transparently posted out there on the website.
You can find a link to the website on our story on Newstalk, KGVO.com. Of course, the search got underway after former President Royce Engstrom was asked to step down in late December after several consecutive years of reduced enrollment, which has led to faculty and staff cuts. Former Commissioner of Higher Education Sheila Stearns has been appointed interim president by the Board of Regents. Our News Talk time is 6:12.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Partly to mostly cloudy skies today with scattered showers and an isolated thunderstorm during the late afternoon. Daytime highs today will be in the low 50s. Tonight, overnight lows will be right around the freezing mark. Ample sunshine expected Thursday. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster, KECI 13.